this season. I'll shut up talking Packers and talking Aaron Rodgers because we all know how I feel about that. Eileen.
I did not know you felt that love. I didn't know you were a cheesehead. Let's just queso head. I did not know you were a cabeza de queso. Oh, no way. You really are. No wonder when I'm like, what do you think is going to win?
Yeah.
No. Sí. Oh, no. But
por eso me gusta mucho el queso.
I see that. Well, I think, you know what? I don't like cheeseheads. I'm not a fan, but I do think your boy Aaron Rodgers is going to be the MVP without question. So that's why this weekend is even going to be more interesting because the GOAT, Tom Brady, he's going to go up against, who's most likely to be MVP this year. And that's going to be the best game. That's another Super Bowl game, because if I said it was what felt like a Super Bowl was Drew Brees versus Tom Brady, this is going to be another thing. Rodgers versus Brady. I mean, this lineup of quarterbacks that we're seeing, this is amazing. We're literally witnessing history here because these are the GOATs of the GOATs, all future Hall of Famers. And that's what I find more exciting about these great quarterback matchups that we've been having.
And how exciting is it that the AFC has the new school versus the NFC's old school quarterbacks? That's funny.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how it works out?
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny. Wow. Oh my goodness. So should we go ahead and talk, since we've talked about it, mentioned it, NFL MVP. So I'm just going to throw out some other names. If there's any possibility of any of these other players to even remotely go for that, get that title. Because we've all been talking Aaron Rodgers. I don't think there's anyone that can come close. Maybe Tom Brady would probably be the other closest one, or Patrick Mahomes, but some of the other names in there, maybe Josh Allen, Alvin Kamara, Russell Wilson, Devontae Adams, just to name a few. But in your opinion, I'm not even going to say mine because you all know who, hands down, who I'm going to say. Ask you two, and I'll start off with you, Eileen. Who do you think will come out as the NFL MVP this season?
Oh, Mr. Cheesehead himself, Aaron Rodgers, without a doubt. I mean, 70% passes completion, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. This man is from another planet. He's an alien that they're going to be revealed in 180 days with the government papers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, he was an alien all along. That's why he's so great at football. Without a doubt, he's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, there's no question it's going to be Aaron, but it's I would think that I would have thought that maybe the other Aaron Donald would get some votes, but it's tough because he is such a dominant player. And why couldn't Derrick Henry get some votes? Why couldn't Devontae Adams get some votes? Why couldn't Stephon Diggs get some votes? There's so many other guys. Russell Wilson he was in the talk earlier in the season before they had that 3-game skid, and then Russell kind of went off the rails. But before that, he was having an MVP type season. And of course, we talked about Josh Allen. Why not Justin Herbert? The rookie, I know he would have never gotten it, but the season he had with the Chargers, considering everything that happened with Tyrod Taylor and then Justin Herbert being thrown into that role and him throwing for over 3,000 yards in his rookie season, Justin Herbert would have deserved some MVP votes, but, rookies don't win that.
You're right. No, you're right. Though, you named some great players, but it is true when it comes to, the voting, it's right there once it gets a little tricky.
It usually goes to quarterbacks a lot of the times, doesn't it?
It sure does. And, just without a doubt, no reason why, it's only reason more being why Aaron Rodgers seen his performance and why, he's the talk of NFL MVP.
And it makes sense that it would be somebody whose team is still in the fight, I mean, I know you can be an MVP and still not be in a winning team. But I mean, in this case, it makes sense.
Yes. And who's going to beat 50 and 5 touchdowns to interceptions and where he's taking his football team? It's just unheard of. Athletes don't do that in their late 30s, Joe and Eileen. They just don't.
Him and LeBron.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. True. Very, very true.
I told you it's gonna come out in the alien documentations. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, that concludes our NFL segment. There's just so much that has been happening. There's not enough words to just express my emotions, and especially looking up to the weekend ahead. So, Eileen, thank you very much for
thank you,
joining
Eileen,
us and coming on. You're my favorite girl to have on.
Thank you so much. I love you both. And, I always have so much fun when I come on your show. And even people are over here bullying and he leaves early and everything. But I love having him here on the show. And I hope he sees this next time. I'm going to come on the show and he leaves. As soon as I hop on, he leaves. What? Oh no, he's gonna get a text from me after this show. Like, you didn't even stay the whole way to talk about NFL. Like, what? It was NFL playoff times. Yeah. But thank you so much. And anytime you guys want to talk about sports, I'm here. I'm your girl. Thanks so much again for inviting me.
And Eileen, you know what's coming after the Super Bowl? You know what the next sport is in line.
Oh, my chills. Spring training.
Well, this. Like, I don't know if I don't think I've told you, Eileen, but Ed, when we were talking about, I think it was our last show or 2 shows ago, we were talking about baseball, and I've been having my baseball withdrawal since like the season ended throughout football. You'll just listen to the bloopers, but I went ahead and I already have my countdown started and everything. So I'm just counting the days and to starts. So,
I can't believe it, guys.
You and I there together.
Yeah, no, like guys already start reporting here in 2 weeks. The 20th. Not even 2 weeks. They like this week already. They start arriving in the valley. So that is insane to think about, but so excited because it's here.
Yes.
It's like Christmas so hopefully all we get over to see again.
Each other in person again. Like I miss that. So.
Oh, I know. Yes. Hopefully they do that where we can actually attend. I think there's going to be some fans allowed too. So I don't know about that. We'll see. Since Arizona is the number 1 with COVID right now, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. So. But yes, once again, thank you, Eileen. And will you just let our listeners know where it is that they can find you?
Oh, yes. You guys go follow me. Check me out. It's at Eileen. It's AILEEN _TV. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Eileen Carrasco, and Twitter, Eileen _TV as well. Oh, TikTok too. I'm trying to be on everywhere. All the social media websites. You look me up, Eileen TV. I'll be there. And thanks so much for inviting me. We'll talk soon in sports.
Thanks. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Eileen.
Bye. Bye. Oh my gosh. She is just a hoot. I love Eileen. She's my favorite gal.
Yeah, she's great.
No, we talked a lot and I wish I could have her on longer, but of course, time, how time talks, Ed.
Yes, it does.
But baseball is in the air. I'm sorry, I just have to get that in.
That's okay. Take all the time you need.
I know, right? Like baseball is my love. It's my first love. For those of you who might not know. But we have a lot of baseball activity that has been happening. And we having trades that are happening now, and the season's just about to kick off and start here, just in a matter of days, weeks. Like Ali mentioned, they're going to start reporting here just shortly. But we have George Springer. He's tied to either go to the Mets or the Blue Jays. That's the talk. We have DJ LeMahieu, who has been sent to the Yankees with 6 years, $90 million deal. We have also Marcell Ozuna with the Atlanta Braves, who is unlikely to re-sign after a 1-year deal after the great season that he had with the Braves. And this comes to no surprise. There was, I can't think of the name of that player, but the season before that, one of their other players also had a great season, and the Braves didn't sign them. And it's something that the GM is standing by and not wanting to sign multi-year contracts to players due to, whatever reason he has. But, that one player went off to, I believe, the Mets or another team and signed 4 years for however $1 million. This is maybe another thing that might happen with Osuna. We also have, just in what's been happening, we also, Archie Bradley, he's been sent to the Phillies, which that news just broke right before we came on the show. So we have so much that is happening. We have talks about Mike Trout. Who knows where he's going to be ending up? We have reports of multiple teams wanting him. That's going to be a blockbuster trade if it happens, Ed. Oh my gosh, I just don't even know what more to say about this. Thinking, especially with being how tricky it's been during the off season, and teams kind of trying to put a little bit of a freeze on their spending, especially, and on free agents as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the teams have to be cognizant of what's going on around them from a financial standpoint. If there's going to be no fans or a small amount of fans there, that's going to impact their bottom line there, which is the almighty dollar, and what they're able to make and the profit they're hoping they can turn over the course of a season. If we can hopefully get 162 or as close to 162 as we can, that would be a great thing. I'm sure the owners would love to have as many games as possible from their standpoint of making money and making sure their team is viable and competitive. And like the San Diego Padres, they've been really busy this offseason. They've added 3 pitchers so far, Joe, to their lineup. Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, and now Joe Musgrove signed this week with the San Diego Padres. They got him from the Pittsburgh Pirates. So the Padres are like, darn what's going on around us. We are going for broke this year. We know we're in the division with the world champions, and this is what we have to do. It's an arms race, Joe. We know how that is. You've got to be able to fight fire with fire. And if you can't add talent to your lineup, especially in a division when a team has won it 7 years in a row, and it looks like, by all accounts, the Dodgers could win it again for an 8th year in a row. They are that talented. Until you knock off the world champions, they're going to be contenders every year, and everybody's going to think, okay, they're going to win another NL West championship, and could they possibly end up in the World Series again? So I like how the Padres are going for broke. They are stocking up for a major fight with the Los Angeles Dodgers for the right to win that division. And they got a taste of the playoffs last year. They got that little taste. They saw how good that taste was, Joe, because they haven't had it for a long time. And they know, okay, we got there in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of a 60-game season. We made it to the playoffs. Imagine if we get as close to 162 as possible. Let's go out and get some talent to make our team stronger so we can compete with the world champion Dodgers.
Yes. And I think this is a great job well done for the Padres with them, doing this, getting Mike Clevinger, Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, and then still enter the 2021 season with the top 100 prospects.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So in the league at number 7, and this is per Baseball America. So this is just, amazing. And we saw the Padres in seasons past, and how it was a team that had no fans in the stands, and a team that really wasn't sought for and wanted to see play. A game. We know how those ratings were, but now having these additions, and Fernando Tatis Jr., with the phenomenal player that he is.
Yes.
And I would say just a showcase.
One of the best young talents in the game.
Yes, one of the best young talents in the game. And the Padres went through rebuilding. They went down, built up their farm system, and they just went what literally is or was